Alright YouTube, what's going on? It's Hightower5000 here today bringing you a Violet is Blue quest guide. There are no skill or quest requirements for this quest. There is also no items required for this quest. Do note that there is no enemies to defeat during this quest. Finally, once you're ready, make your way to the start location which is shown on screen, which is at the south of White Wolf Montain. Once you arrive at the quest start point, go ahead and speak with Violet. Continue through her dialogue, and then you'll get the quest prompt. Go ahead and accept the quest. With that done, just continue through and she will disappear. You then want to go ahead and enter through the Land of Snow portal. For this next part, you want to run up the slope to your north. However, there are rolling snowballs which come down the hill. To avoid them, just simply move to the side. Do note that the snowballs will continue to come until you reach the top of the hill, and they do alternate which part of the slope they come down. Simply do what I'm doing on screen, continue north while moving left and right, just avoiding the snowballs. One big tip I can recommend for this is try stick to the sides as much as possible and then just move into the centre when you have to. Do note as well that there could be a current glitch, or maybe if you fail multiple times like I did, the snowballs just stop spawning eventually, which is a possibility if you are struggling with this. Once you get to the top of the hill, go ahead and speak with Violet, continue through all of her chats, and then she will disappear. You will then arrive outside of a building. You want to go ahead and knock on the door directly to your north. Select option number 3, break the door down. And then select option number 1 to go on an adventure. You will then be moved inside the house. You want to go ahead and speak with Trevor. Violet will then appear once more. Just continue through all of the chat. Select option number 1, you've captured a human girl. Select option number 1, yes. You then want to enter into the room to the northwest, where Violet is located, and go ahead and speak with her. So you want to go ahead and continue through the chat with Violet. Towards the end, she is going to tell you a letter, and this letter is very important. It will appear on screen. It will also appear in your all chat box. Go ahead and make sure that you write this down or memorize it. What you're going to do with this letter is you're going to use the table on screen or in the description below, and it's going to correspond to an item and that item's location in with this room which you need to find. Do note that it is different for every player, so what I'm doing on screen is going to be different for you. For example, my first letter that Violet said was F. F corresponds to the fluffy unicorn item which is located in the wardrobe. So what I did is I went over to the wardrobe. I then got some options, and one of them was number 4, fluffy unicorn, which corresponds to the letter F, and I get the fluffy unicorn. Once you have your first item in your inventory, you want to return back to Violet, and she will tell you if it's correct or incorrect. Do note that you need to repeat this process 5 times. The second letter for me was H, so that item is how to be a watch, and that was also located in the wardrobe. Hopefully from this you get the idea, and you need to go ahead and complete this part yourself. Do note again that the table is in the description below. Finally, once you've found all your items, go ahead and speak to Violet. She will then run through to the next room back to where our parents are located. You want to go ahead and then re-speak with Trevor. Once you've finished the dialogue, you just want to exit out the door just to your south. And then you want to select option number 1, go on an adventure. You'll then go through a short cutscene. Eventually you will come out at an opening with a frozen bucket. You want to go ahead and speak with Violet. Continue through all of her dialogue. You then want to go ahead and investigate the frozen bucket, which should just be to your southwest. You then want to go ahead and investigate the maple tree just to your south, twice over. The second time you go ahead and investigate the maple tree, you should chop some maple logs. In your inventory, you want to go ahead and investigate the maple logs itself, and then you want to select option number 1, yes, to craft the logs. This should then give you a spile. You then want to use this spile on the maple tree. You then want to go ahead and use the empty bucket on the maple tree, and then you should get a bucket of syrup. You then want to return and speak to Violet. She will then ask you for a firefly to light the path. There is a bush just to your southeast. Go ahead and shake that. And then some fireflies will appear. You want to go ahead and catch one. You should then have this in your inventory. You then want to speak with Violet again. You then want to turn your camera north and then you want to start walking. Do note that there is 4 leaning trees on this path which you want to go ahead and check. The first one is on the left side. As you go along and check the leaning trees, you will note that you have a counter that will appear in your all chat box and also on screen. Once you've completed all 4 out of 4 trees, you want to return to Violet to your south. You then want to speak to Trevor, and then you want to select option number 1. Do you have anything useful? He will then give you an empty jar. To your south, there is multiple bushes. You want to go ahead and shake all of these, and then you want to go ahead and capture 10 fireflies. These will all go into your jar. Once you've captured 10 fireflies, go ahead and speak with Violet once more. And then you will go into a cutscene. Once you finish the cutscene, you want to go ahead and take the icy snow, which is just to the south of Violet. You want to select option number 1, happy face. Then option number 2, sad face. Then option number 3, laughing face. And then option number 4, angry face. You want to select option number 1, happy face, continue through the dialogue, and then eventually you'll snap out of that and you'll be facing north against these headless ice golems. What you want to do is you want to start spam clicking on your screen. What you need to do is you need to get 15 of these heads and put them onto the headless golems. You're just going to spam left click on where you think the golems are going to go to, and then Violet is going to throw snowballs acting as heads and they're going to attach. As this goes on, you're going to get another counter which runs up to 15, and you just need to go ahead and place all 15 of these heads on the headless golems. Do note that this may take a minute or two, but spam clicking is honestly just the best tactic. Once you've finished that, go ahead and speak with Violet. You will then go into a short cutscene, just continue through all of the dialogue. Just to your south, it's not too easy to see, there is a snow pile which you can go ahead and collect snow from. You want to go ahead and collect 75 snowballs from this snow pile. For this next part, what you want to do is head to your northwest where there's 2 abandoned crates. You're looking for 3 carrots, 3 top hats and 21 coal as mentioned on screen. Do note that for this you can spam click. You then want to go ahead and prune a tree 3 times for 6 branches. The trees to do this on are to your southwest. Head back over to your northeast and then you should be able to build a melted snowman on the small piles of snow. Do note that you need to click on the snowman multiple times to add the branches, add the face, add the hat, and then admire. You now need to go ahead and repeat this process 3 times over so you can go ahead and have 3 built snowmen. You then want to go ahead and speak with Violet. Once Violet has destroyed 1 snowman, then you'll have to go ahead and speak with her again to get her to move on to the next snowman, and then finally you'll have to speak to her again to go ahead and get her to move on to the final snowman. Now what you want to do is follow Violet north across the ice. You will then stop on an island. You want to go ahead and re-speak with Violet. You will now get a new objective, which is look around for a way to cross the frozen lake. This is quite a difficult part and will involve a puzzle. The first thing you want to do is head to your southeast and there is a barrel in the icy water which you want to go ahead and reach into. You will then get a barrel in your inventory. You then want to go ahead and re-speak with Violet again. And then it's now time to start the puzzle. Do note that I'll very quickly go ahead and flash the diagram on screen right now. You may want to go ahead and pause at this stage and go ahead and just follow the diagram as it may be easier. Or you can go ahead and watch me do this next step with step-by-step instructions. It just depends how you are with puzzles. Again, do expect to fail once or twice or misclick. It is one of these things that you will get done, it just may take you a few attempts. Do note that this is very similar to one of the rooms in Dungeoneering. So from your starting position, what you want to do is just go ahead and push Violet in a barrel. This will then push Violet up to the north. Now, you as a player now want to move to the north as well. Do not push Violet at this stage. What you want to do as a player is you want to go to your east. You then want to go to your north. And then you want to go back to your west. And now you should be up against Violet, but on the east side of Violet. You then want to go ahead and push Violet once more. From your position, what you want to do is you want to move diagonally southwest. You then want to continue to your west, and then you want to go and move it to your north. At this stage, you should be south of Violet. What you want to do is you want to go ahead and push her to the north. You as a person, you want to move it to your northeast. You then want to move to your northwest. And then you should land up on a blob of snow. You then want to go north yourself, and then this time you should land up on the west of Violet. You then want to go ahead and push Violet to the east. You, the player, then want to go ahead and move to your east as well. You'll now be up against Violet, however, do not push her at this stage. You as a player then want to move to your south. Then you as a player want to move it to your east. Then you as a player want to move northwest. At this stage you should be on a blob of snow just to the south of Violet. You then want to go ahead and push Violet to the north. You as a player then want to go to the east. You as a player then want to go to the north. You as a player then want to move it to the southwest. And at this stage you should now be on Violet's east side. You then want to go ahead and push Violet west. You as a player want to move it south. You as a player now want to move west. You as a player now want to move south. You as a player want to move east. You as a player now want to move northwest. And now you should be south of Violet. What you want to do is go ahead and push her to the north. And then you want to head to the north yourself, and then that should be you and Violet off the ice. Go ahead and continue through the chat. You then want to continue through the chat. You then want to re-speak with Violet. From where you're standing, what you want to do is head over to your northeast where there is a small pond. You want to go ahead and investigate this. From this you shall get a wet lantern. You then want to return over to where Violet is located. You then want to head to your north. And then there should be a fire which you want to go ahead and investigate. You will then get a piece of charcoal into your inventory. You then want to head back to Violet. But instead this time you want to head south past her, and then to the southeast there is a rotten barrel which you want to go ahead and investigate. From this barrel you should get some barrel parts, and then finally what you want to do is head over to your west where there should be a crate right beside the sign, and you want to go ahead and investigate that as well, and you should get a rope. That sign just beside you, you can chop that down, and you want to go ahead and do that. With these 5 items in your inventory, just to your east, you can investigate open space, which is sort of a transparent sled as of current. You want to go ahead and investigate this 5 times to go ahead and build the sled. Finally, once you've built the sled, go ahead and investigate it one more time. You should get some chat saying it looks like the sled is finished and what a beauty it is. At this stage, go ahead and re-speak with Violet to your north. You can go ahead and name the sled any name you want. I'm going to select option number 5, it's Sleddy McSledface. You will then get another cutscene. This cutscene does go on for some while, do note. You will eventually get some chat options, you just want to go ahead and skip through these. And then there we go, that is the quest complete. So congratulations, you have completed Violet is Blue. You're rewarded with 1 quest point, Lamps of Joy, Wonder and Laughter, the Yeti title, increased experience when helping at Santa at the Grand Exchange, along with 2 treasure hunter keys. Do note, if you want to leave the land of snow, there is a portal just to your north over the bridge. Thanks very much for watching this quest guide. Please leave a like, rate and subscribe if you are new around here. Go down into that description below where there is more details on the quest. Go ahead and check out my Twitter, Discord and Patreon. All links are down below and any support you can show me on any of those is greatly appreciated. And that's all for this video, ladies and gentlemen. So thank you very much for watching. My name is Hightower5000 and I'm out.